Looking to buy a car? If yes, you've come to the right place. If no, everyone needs to buy a form of transport at some point, so this is a good start. In this short video, I'm going to show you the do's and don'ts of buying a car in just 5 easy steps. Let's get right into it. You might be dreaming about that amazing Ferrari or Lamborghini, but let's be realistic. It's much more likely that your first car will look a lot like this. But on the plus side, in this video, I can help you get one of these, but make sure it lasts longer. Great, right? Alright, I'm being a little extreme. There are lots of cheap first-time buyer cars out there that look way better than this one. You just have to go digging.
Step 1. Make priorities.
Create a checklist and make priorities. What do you want in your first car? Leather seats? Good fuel efficiency? Convenience? A specific brand because your family and friends all have Mazdas? The best thing to do is organize your priorities in a table or list. You can include things such as, how much does maintenance cost matter? Insurance costs? How much does saving the world mean to you? What about low carbon emissions? Here's an example of one. Once you get your thoughts and priorities in order, you know what you're looking for.
Step 2. Research.
Research, research, research. It's highly unlikely that the first mechanical drive with a for sale sign outside it will be exactly what you're looking for. Search the internet, look around town dealerships. You can go straight to brand name websites and they will almost always list off the car's specs. These are basically just the features of a car, some that you may have listed off before. It's best to start this search early because, depending on how specific you are in your priorities, your search may continue on for a while.
Step 3. Short-term costs.
Make sure you can afford it. Once you have your search narrowed down to just a few, tally up your earnings of your job so you can make sure you're not throwing yourself in the deep end and spending all your hard-earned cash. It's best to have a savings buffer for any other expenses in your life. For each car you find, it's helpful to create another list of costs. There are 2 types of costs, short-term and long-term. A short-term cost is the expense of a short-term implication for the product, or basically just an expense that is a one-time thing when you buy it. For buying a car, your short-term cost would be, naturally, the cost of the car, unless you're getting a loan. But it can also be something like shipping costs, if that applies to you. Add these expenses to your lists.
Step 4. Long-term costs.
Keep in mind the long-term costs also have to be covered. Long-term costs are the ongoing expenses. They are the expenses that come with buying the car and you have to pay for over a period of time, like maintenance. Add to your costs things like loan repayments, insurance, registration, maintenance costs, and more, as these are all things which have to be paid for over a period of time. This will organize your search once again to narrow it down. Remember to keep referring back to your priorities table. Oh, and one last thing for this step. Look for hidden costs. There are definitely possibilities of a scam or extra payments in these kinds of transactions. If something seems sketchy, ask for advice, for example from a parent, or simply don't do it. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Step 5. Boring documents. I really didn't feel like shouting this one. Always, no matter how boring, read the fine print. It could save you from losing that extra money, or worse, debt. You have the right to ask as many questions as possible to the dealer, and it is important to know your rights and responsibilities. A website such as moneysmart.gov is a great place to find a list of those rights and responsibilities, perfect to review what you know, and to double and triple check before buying that car. So, there it is. 5 super simple steps for buying a car. Follow these and you'll be able to cruise around the block in no time.